Hello viewers and welcome to a new episode of Battlegroup Skunk Works, a series that talks about the various strengths and weaknesses of battlegroup formations you can use in Lancer Battlegroup. In today's episode, let's talk about the Greenland Battlegroup. Greenland is a battleship masquerading as a carrier. Instead of auxiliary slots, it has 3 wings, and with hook jab, you can essentially go gun, plane for as long as you can lock onto the enemies, which is why you will see a lot of Caspian Sea in the following builds. Honestly, I would be more surprised that the latest naval development for IPSN isn't just gluing a Caspian Sea to a Greenland. It also has Bodyblow, which is just Thoros Unleash Hell but more planes, which might also be the reason why it doesn't get the carrier free point bonus for escorts and wings, because that might gets too ridiculous, so deploying a proper Greenland can be very expensive to say the least, but hey, with 30 health, the Greenland is not going to perish anytime soon. Probably. Also, someone apparently suggested that instead of Caspian Sea, you could try using Kraton Vega for its lock-on targeting laser instead. It could work, but if it misses you are in a pickle. Caspian Sea is just more reliable. That said, if you have a battle group that can provide lock-on for an allied Greenland battle group, they are going to love you because it means they can put the point for Caspian Sea onto better wings instead. Anyway, for this episode, we have 9 Greenland battle group submissions total. Let's start this off with blank. Let's just call it blank. Battlegroup blank is just a Greenland battlegroup that also has Tolumnia, because as it turns out, Tolumnia likes lock-on too, so you just get more damage from shooting and sending out wings all at once, and boarding with mounted chassis can be very painful. It also has an Amazon packed with fighters, just to shoot down some incoming missiles and do more carrier things. Next, Battlegroup blank 2 I guess, managed to fit an ace squadron into the Greenland, which means every time you consume a lock-on, that Shipkiller squadron will be going into action. This battle group also has a Barbarossa, which you can command with the subaltern crew, fire the Apocalypse rail in next turn, and if you consumed a lock-on that way, you can also order the ace squadron around at the same time. It is recommended that if possible, get the Silver Crescent, which works exactly like subaltern crew, then you can replace the Amazon with Farragut for double the screening. Battlegroup Technocracy is also, amusingly, another Greenland battlegroup with Barbarossa, this time in a Tagetes, which means more damage, and with a Houstoun, that Apocalypse rail can fire even faster. There's even a superior, just to make sure the Tagetes don't die too quickly. It's also, double amusingly, the only Greenland battlegroup here without a Caspian Sea. At this point you probably started to notice a trend that the Greenland in every build so far seems to be kinda awful at carrier thing, and ironically, other carriers in the battle group have to pick up the pace. The lack of carrier point is really painful to it. You might be asking why get a Greenland at this point, but let's just say that deterministic damage that cannot miss is very powerful. Battlegroup Stormbreaker is another typical Greenland battle group, now with Razorback missile to take advantage of the lock-on. It also has a Farragut with destroyer escort because being half a carrier, Greenland prefers staying in range 3-0 and the GM will definitely try to kick you out of it. It also has cleared to land, which can patch up your wings because your GM will definitely try to shoot down all your planes too. Add in a boarding ace squadron for plenty of damage, and you can just sit back and relax as the damage piles up. Battlegroup Galactica, I was wondering when this will come up, is a Greenland battlegroup that finally has the true damage dealer for Greenland, the bomber, which can deal 4 damage on its own, but add in another bomber, you get to deal 6 unmissable damage every turn, which is very painful. The second bomber doesn't even have to be on the Greenland, it's on the Farragut. However, bomber wing only works at range 2-0, so you want to get really close. That's what the shield and all the interception boosting guns are for, it's for your own survivability. Battlegroup US Coast Guard is another Greenland battlegroup that don't just have bombers, but also an ace squadron with Comm, so you can lock onto even more ships, and honestly, it's so much lock-on that it might be okay to take out the Caspian Sea. But if your goal is all the lock-on so even your allies can use them, this seems like a good idea. And since you are using short-ranged bombers, having the Onaportum to take over screening sometimes might be a good idea when the Caspian gets too damaged, and with Cloud Kill Kinetic, hostile escorts and wings have a bit of trouble going after you. However, this build quickly demonstrated a major problem with the Greenland as it costs 13 points to outfit it with all the high-cost wings, which is just staggering. Battlegroup Fomorian is another Greenland battlegroup in nearly the same format, including having an expensive Greenland with double bombers and ace squadron, this time one that just want to kill ship on its own. Like all bomber Greenland battlegroup, You just want to get as close as possible with the Ace Squadron haunting the enemy battle group until you get to range 2 and just do Bodyblow, with Mass Accelerator Turret here to carve up escorts too. Recommended legacies are Lucky or Indomitable on the Greenland or Caspian Sea, and if you can, get Crack Pilot Reserve to save up 2 points and put those points in something else, like Better Primary and Better Frigate. Battlegroup Chaff is a bomber Greenland that decided to just triple bomber, along with more bombers on other Amazon, and you can get Crack Pilot Reserve for even more bomber, so when you perform Bodyblow, that's like 18 deterministic damage, with more from the primary if they hit. For obvious reason, your GM will 100% attempt to kill you before you could do that. That's a feature, you fully deserve it. And finally, there's Battlegroup Alpha Drone, a Greenland battlegroup with all the Legion drones, which doesn't seem too dangerous until you remember that Legion drone can pair up with another Legion with just one tactic, so that's 6 damage from Bodyblow. And saving up all the points also lets you deploy the Masawu, which can deploy both of its escort at once for 7 damage, add in primary kinetic for another 2 unmissable damage, and NHP Shipkiller Ace Squadron for another 7 damage, you get 25 deterministic damage total. That's enough to delete one whole ship in one turn. At turn 1, there's even subaltern combat crew just in case you need more tactics. And this battle group will still be quite effective afterward, with Masawu for a lot of pain, and as it turns out, all these Legion drones have their uses as you can use them as meat shield, so this battle group can be somewhat survivable too. And that's all 9 Greenland battle group finished reviewing. I can definitely say that building a Greenland requires a higher understanding of battle group rules, because I barely comprehend what is going on. I just really like battleship that shoot things apart, but the capability of Greenland bringing in more unmissable deterministic damage and boarding can be quite powerful and reliable if you know what you are doing. Oh, and as we are now at the halfway point of the series, I like to say something. Not every single build you have seen here and in the first 3 episodes are everything you can do with these battleships. There's always some new potential to be discovered. I also like to thank everyone that have submitted their builds to the series so far. Learning about these battle group formations has been an eye-opening experience, mostly on how much I didn't really understand before. Anyway, next episode, we have the Michel Ni. That's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell button. If you really want to support my channel, you could visit my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.